Hello, I'm Aquatic, and welcome back to Seed Sunday. This is the sometimes weekly series I run on my channel where I show you seeds for Minecraft which are particularly interesting and worth checking out in some way. And today I have a Minecraft update Aquatic seed which you're going to need to check out, both because it has just an amazing, combination of iceberg and ocean monument, which by itself makes for a really great, use of the conduit, because you could throw it in there or grab the stuff, and it's just an amazing thing to look at, to see, and to experience in your own Minecraft world. But it also has a bunch of other really functional stuff for the Aquatic update, for making stuff like the conduits, which I feel like I just have to show with you, because it's just a lot of really brand new things combined, which you haven't necessarily seen before, and which you're going to be seeing in the next few minutes. So hopefully you do all enjoy Seed Sunday, or like this video if you do like it, because it helps out the channel and lets know you do like the seed. This one came in from Cheez-It Queen on Reddit, I should mention, or Cheez-It Quen is the actual name, and the seed is going to be on screen right now. Type that in. Big thank you to them for, finding this in the first place. I assume they did it randomly because it is a bunch of numbers, but still, the fact that, they explored and they found one of the most amazing contrasts I've ever seen is a pretty nice thing by itself. So good job, Cheez-It Queen, or Cheez-It Queen, which I just love the name, by the way. But let's move on from that to what's actually going on with the seed. So if you type in that seed and you type in the infinite world type, which I assume you would be doing for Minecraft Bedrock, just to clarify, you'll spawn in a world which looks like this. As you can see, it's a plains biome, which then blends into a sunflower plains. So that might not seem like it's a big deal, but sunflower plains are not the most common biome in the world, and if you ever want to work with sunflowers, then it's great because you have this many, because look how big the sunflower plains are. Minecraft biomes are mostly known to be pretty huge, but the other thing that makes this biome so amazing is you get lots of yellow dye. So you get sunflowers, you get yellow dye, and you just get a nice little rare experience, as well as all of the other mobs and benefits you get from a plains biome. Again, look how perfect this is for building. Look how much flat land there is. You chop down this one tree, and suddenly you've got the perfect place for your house. However, you might not want to settle down and make a house immediately, because if you head to the east of spawn, so again, we head this direction instead. I guess saying east and stuff is kind of relative when we don't have our map out, but if you head in this direction from the spawn, again, check the coordinates if you want to know where to head, because you can turn those on, you'll get one of the weirdest extreme hill biomes where, again, everything is just kind of like in and out in really small bits, and I like this personally. It makes for a really interesting kind of contrast, seeing the tiny bits next to the big bits, and if you like seeing, kind of weird extreme hills, this is a one you'll like, both as a spawn place and a place to maybe settle down, like an interesting, house later on, or again, if you circle back around later on the seed, you'll see why this is an even better place to start a house, but we'll explain that later. For now, what you want to do is you want to head this direction from spawn. So from spawn, you'll be able to see a lot of sunflower plains to the north. Head the opposite way. In fact, actually, here's my favorite way of doing directions. Head the direction where the sunflowers are heading. The sunflowers will guide you to the ocean monument with the iceberg attached to it, because if you head south, again, it's quite a few hundred blocks, but it's worth every part of the journey. If you head far enough south, you'll see the icebergs in the distance. So those are the icebergs just over there. They do contain blue ice. They do contain polar bears. It's a, a really nice thing by itself, just randomly found right in the middle of an ocean. Most iceberg biomes you do find in Minecraft, they spawn in the weirdest places that make them not make too much sense. And again, in this case, it does, like this little one right here has spawned into the island, so it's like, what is this all about? But the rest of it does make sense. It's in the middle of an ocean. It at least vaguely connects with what's going on. And the reason that this iceberg biome is so wonderful, again, it's probably somewhere in the thumbnail. Let's be honest, that's YouTube these days. You take a screenshot, or like, not even screenshot, but most people take like an altered screenshot to send the video. In my case, I tried to give you a legit kind of thing there, and yes, this is a real thing. If you go to this point in the ice, 1742, 63,177, and you break a block of ice to get down, then what you'll find is one of the most amazing contrasts, because as you can see, it is an iceberg biome with an ocean monument around it. So yeah, this ocean monument just happened to generate in the sea, which then happened to have an iceberg biome above it. So as a result of that, again, it's very, very much like the two things just kind of interlap in this way, where they almost hit each other. There's almost a huge collision, but they don't, and instead you get this like beautiful vision of, like, again, it's like a stalactite in a cave, or a stalagmite. The ones that come from above, you find that like right next to the monument, which looks amazing. So yeah, have you ever wanted to fight a ocean monument in sub-zero temperatures? You can do it here. It's worth mentioning, in Minecraft, there's no real downsides to being underneath the iceberg biome. You'd figure the water would be freezing cold, and it is. That's why only cod and salmons can be here, but still, it doesn't really affect you as a player. So you can go in there, you can conquer the ocean monument like normal, and the reason you want to do that, especially in this update, is because you need prismarine for your conduit to work, because conduits work based on how much prismarine is around them. So yeah, you wanna do that. You wanna go in here and you wanna get the most of this value. Fun fact, by the way, is that because this is already surrounded by a lot of prismarine. You can actually find certain spots in the place where it actually just work by default. So that's a nice little thing by itself, isn't it? So yeah, basically, Ocean Monument, go take it down, go raid it, and experience one of the coolest looking monuments I've ever seen personally. And the other thing that makes this so amazing is not just that it's such a great contrast of, again, the ice cold icebergs, which go right down in here with their blue ice, by the way, and also the ocean monument, but also the fact that this isn't a cold ocean. This isn't a frozen ocean, but it's right at the edge. Literally, this is where the ocean monument ends and the warm ocean begins. So this is warm ocean, which means you can find some tropical fish here. You can find some puffish, and you will be able to find some coral if you search for long enough. So that's amazing that we have warm ocean next to cold ocean, next to the monument, underneath the frozen iceberg, kind of feature, which is, again, amazing on so many levels. So yeah, you want this place. Blue ice boats are amazing. I've stated that in lots of videos, and I'm going to be showing it off in a lot of live streams once I finish it in my survival world. It takes a long time, but again, worth every second. I mean, I guess you can argue as to whether it's worth every second. Is anything worth any number of seconds in your day? That's a big existential debate you can have with yourself. But for now, let's go to the this direction right here. Again, like to the right of it from the spawn, if you're heading south there. And yeah, let's head to something interesting, because I really find that Minecraft Bedrock biomes are huge, which is great when you find a good one. It's bad when you find an annoying one, but it means that in general, it takes a long time to traverse biomes. However, in this case, I found a rather interesting mix of really small versions of biomes. So, although beaches are quite small usually, this is a tiny jungle for Minecraft Bedrock standards. Again, Minecraft Bedrock can have biomes which cover 1,000 by 1,000 block expanses, 1,000,000 blocks basically of just one biome. In this case, we just have a coastal coastal jungle right next to a very tiny iceberg biome. Seriously, look at the size of this iceberg biome. It doesn't make any sense that we have icebergs in the jungle. Again, it's another really weird contrast of like, okay, then I guess the jungle's just in, one of those subtropical ones. Maybe we're playing tropical freeze over here. I'm not too sure what the deal is, but either way, you can see how that's a Donkey Kong game. It's worse than IBX Toy Cat, by the way, as we discovered in our Let's Play. But yeah, the interesting thing about this is it's just a really cool contrast, and it's also another great source of blue ice, if the first one wasn't enough, and also just, again, it's a great place to be able to see from whatever house you set up. So now, heading back from this place, again, always check the coordinates. They're up there on the left if you want to see any of this stuff yourself. But one of the best things about this seed that you are going to want to see for yourself, not just like, maybe you want to see this, 100% you want to. By the way, that's how I found the seed. It's because it's found diagonally right in between here and there. So the thing about this is the only real place to spot this is from the ocean monument, which is found very close to those mountains at the start. You know, the ones where, like, I said they were great, and then maybe in your head you've been like, no, Toy Cat, that's just a normal extreme hills. Well, if you did think that, then let me try and change your mind. Or I'm assuming what you're thinking. I mean, like, right now you're thinking, oh, I'm on YouTube right now. Maybe I should read the comments, see if they've got something interesting to say. I know you're reading the comments right now. Anyway, with that said though, don't read the comments. Let's look at this ocean monument right here, which is the easiest way to find this location. So this is an interesting location by itself. It's a monument. You need monuments to get conduits to work, which is great. So you might as well come here anyway. Might as well take it down or leave it or do something cool with it, because monuments are, again, they're not an everyday kind of thing. But the thing about this monument that makes it so interesting is the fact that right to the right of it over here. So again, we're talking really, really close. You'll find a few bubbles, which will bring you down into the water. So again, you can see them all the way over there. They take a while to generate, so like come over here with a boat a few times, and eventually you'll find some lava, which will drag you down to the ocean surface. So the reason this is so interesting is because they'll drag you into an ocean ruin, an abandoned ruin, whatever you want to call it, an underwater ruin, the things which have the buried treasure. And the thing that makes this amazing is this underwater ruin crosses a ravine. So, it's amazing enough by itself to find this much in one place, which, by the way, the chests will be random each time, but I got a gold helmet, so try and beat that. Bet you can't. But yeah, no, the amazing thing about this one is the fact that some of the ocean ruin buildings are above the ground, and some of them are below the ground in the ravine itself. So this one's rather interesting to look at. This one over here is interesting because it's like 2-story. Again, this whole thing exists underwater. It's almost unbelievable in a way. And yeah, you can find buried treasure chests. You can find smite free apparently. And the fact, like, seeing these things together in the same way that seeing that earlier thing was like, oh wow, that's amazing to look at. Look at this right here. This is something, in my opinion, that just has to be, I want to say seen to be believed, but it really is amazing in its own little way. The fact that you have 3 brand new features, naturally spawning magma, ravine, and you've got this all in one place next to a second monument, because again, the other monument is also an amazing place. Basically, the monuments in this seed are quite monumental, you could say, and it's also mentioning there's a coral reef just over there. Didn't spot that till just now, but even better that you've got one just over here, as well as the other ones over there. So, again, the size of this coral reef, it looks like it is pretty huge. It leads to those really tiny islands over there, so that might be a thing that you like. And basically, what I'm just trying to say in this video is pretty amazing seed, lots of contrast. If you want an updated aquatic seed, last week I showed off one of the best spawn seeds. Like, just around the spawn, a couple hundred blocks, you find a lot of great stuff. However, this seed is a really great aquatic update seed if you're willing to go a little bit of distance. Yeah, you know, the closest, iceberg biome is a solid, 600 blocks away from spawn, but it's worth the journey because you get an ocean monument thing there. It's a little bit of a distance to go to get some buried treasure, but it's worth it. There's the jungle that crosses with the frozen biomes. There's all these weird little things, and personally, I think that on top of a pretty good spawn, you know, like flatlands. Everyone, this is something people don't appreciate enough. It used to be a big thing that people just wanted flatland seeds in Minecraft. I don't know where that trend went. Like, it seems like it just died and people don't care anymore. Or maybe they realized that, like, every now and then you'll find it anyway. But it used to be the most popular type of seed was a flatland seed because you just want somewhere to build. And obviously, I guess you can just do super flat. But if you want somewhere to build that looks natural around, this is a perfect building place. You chop down this tree and then it's functionally a super flat. You have to remove a few blocks here and there. And yeah, if you want to play in creative, this spawn is, you know, a nice enough one by itself. If you want to play in survival, same kind of deal, just a little bit more effort. And if you want to play in survival and check out aquatic stuff, this seed has you covered in so many different ways. And yeah, that's a thing I wanted to say because I always am here to help you have the best time in your Minecraft world. And I hope this video did exactly that for you. So like this if you do like it, share if you really liked it, subscribe if you're around here. And in case you're curious what this is all about, it's for a future video I want to make because beacons don't really work as beacons in Minecraft Bedrock. I think I've just spoiled the whole video now. But because beacons are based on simulation distance, like, things that aren't beacons work better than beacons, and I think that's silly. So, hopefully this video proved that, and I'll come back to that at some point in the near or far future. So thank you very much for watching. Spoiler alert for the future of Toy Cat, and I'll see you all next time. Goodbye.